Hello viewers, this is the first part of the series of videos which I'll show you how you can abuse the auction house for great profit. And particularly in this one I'm going to show you exactly what I do to make as much as I do and how I do it. When I first started trying to get money, I, like many of you, started farming various things. Started farming moats, I started farming, materials, or and then I started moving up to farming instances, old world things like that. Yeah, I over time began to streamline the process, and I was farming dire mall. This was a little bit over a year ago. By doing so, I made about 700 on average gold an hour farming dire mall north 5 times an hour, and that means playing your heart out for a full hour. That's what that means. So it was alright. At the time, I thought I was making more gold than anyone else could have made. The issue with farming is that you're always going to have a cap to how much you can make. The reason is, if you can do it, someone else can probably do it because it's very easy to get into. So unless you get extremely lucky, you're not going to make much more than, I'd say, 1,000 an hour. Probably not even that, really. And the thing with the auction house is that cap, although it has a limit, it has so many factors that you can streamline for your benefit to increase the amount that you make to a cap that that so far for me has been roughly 20,000 gold an hour on average. I have made more than that. I've made over 30,000 in one day, and in that day I put maybe about an hour of effort into. I'm pretty lazy nowadays just because I don't need the money. Although there are many uses for it, the amount that I can make is really impossible to spend. So, I just save myself an hour a day. I could be making, 5,000–6,000 every day if I decided to do this every day, but I really don't need the money, so I'll let other people have it. Now, the first step to streamlining this process of selling stuff on the auction house is getting the tools that you need to make everything that you want to do faster. And I use 3 add-ons which really reduce the time that it takes to do what I want to do. The first add-on that I want to tell you guys about is Mailget. This is a very simple add-on. Pretty much when you open your mailbox, you'll have a button there that says Take All, and that's just what it does. You click that button and anything in your mailbox will be placed into your inventory in a time that is less than what you'd be able to take them out. So if you were trying to take out the items one by one, it would take you more time than it would with this add-on. So that's a nice add-on. The other add-on that I use is called One-Click Buyout. This is another very simple add-on. What this add-on allows you to do is, when you're holding your Shift key, if you right-click on an item in the auction house, it will automatically purchase it for you, or bid it, or whatever the more direct action is. Now, what this does in terms of saving you time is, you don't have to deal with OK screens. And because we're in the buying and selling business, we don't actually farm anything. It reduces the time that it takes. The third add-on that I use, the more complicated one, is called Auctionator. There are a lot of add-ons similar to Auctionator, but when I was searching around for add-ons, I found that this one was the one that I liked best. Auctionator pretty much allows you to do 2 very important things. The primary use of Auctionator is that it allows you to check all your auctions for undercuts. Doing so takes a couple minutes, and you can take a break from the computer. When you return, you can cancel the auctions that you have been undercut on and relist them. Later I'll go into why this is important. The secondary function of Auctionator is that it allows you to list items at a very quick rate. When you hold Alt and right click an item in your inventory, it will place it in the listing screen, and it will determine a price first based on the current price of the item if there's one up, and if there isn't one up, it will price it to your last listing. And if neither of those are what you want, you can manually change it after that. But basically it allows you to list dozens of auctions in a matter of seconds rather than several minutes. What you've been looking at so far in this video is precisely what I do every Tuesday to make the money that I make. Now, first of all, I sell gems. Gems is a major raid consumable that people need when they get new gear. And I only sell Tuesday because it's the most profitable day. It's when the raid reset happens. And it's when people generally get the large bulk of their gear. Someone on Tuesday gets an item. They want to continue raiding, but they want to gem it. So they go to the auction house. They get a gem real quick. They don't care what the price is, which gives me the advantage to charge whatever I want. What I first do is I take all the items from my mailbox from the previous week that haven't sold and list them. And you're gonna do this a few times, and then you're gonna want to check all the gems that are up on the auction house and compare them with your cuts to see which ones you should cut and put up. Most of these are going to be ones that you sold the previous week, and they're no longer in your mailbox. After a little while, you're going to want to check to see if your gems are still the cheapest ones on the auction house. So you're going to click the check undercuts button. Usually I take a break from the computer for 3-4 minutes until this completes, come back, and I cancel the auctions that have been undercut and relist them again. And the more you check for undercuts, cancel auctions, and put the gem back up so you're the cheapest one, the more you do that, the more money you're going to make. It's all about monopolizing the actual item that someone is going to buy, rather than the kind of item that you're trying to sell. Now, because I raid on Tuesdays, there is a pretty big chunk of time where I can't actually check for undercuts. And what I do is right before my raid starts, which is about at 7:30, I do an undercut scan, and that's usually the second one. And when my raid finishes up later on in the day, I just collect the profit. Now, I don't actually check for undercuts repeatedly like I used to do when I was trying to get a lot of gold. Today in particular, I made just over 16,000, and this video shows all of what I did to make the money. The original size was about 29.5 minutes, so the time that I input was less than half an hour. Now, not all of that gold is profit, but I would say that at least 70% of it is, because the reason I sell gems is because the markup is as much as 1,000% in many situations.